Hello and welcome to Foreign Desk on Benue Television. I am Winifred Yusu. On the headlines, Democratic Republic of Congo Tribunal sentences 25 soldiers to death for fleeing the enemy. Thousands evacuate as California wildfire rages. Plus, Hezbollah fires 200 rockets into Israel. 25 soldiers accused of fleeing fighting against M23 rebels in the Democratic Republic of Congo DRC have been appeared before that during the one-day trial. The 4 women were acquitted while 1 soldier was sentenced to 10 years in jail for robbery. The verdict for the last soldier was unclear. In early May, 8 Congolese soldiers, including 5 officers, were sentenced to death in Goma, the provincial capital of North Kivu, for cowardice and fleeing the enemy. Moise Hangi, a human rights activist, noted DRC's government only recently lifted the suspension on the death penalty that was in place since 2003. Lebanon's Hezbollah says it launches more than 200 rockets and drones targeting Israeli military positions in response to a strike that killed the senior commander of the armed group. A Hezbollah source confirmed Thursday's barrage, the second major attack in 2 days, launched in retaliation for the Nasser, also known as Haj Abu Nima, was the 3rd high-ranking official killed in almost 9 months of cross-border fighting that erupted after Israel launched its war on Gaza. His death prompted Hezbollah to launch more than 100 rockets into Israel on Wednesday. The attack on Thursday was one of the largest so far along the Lebanon in northern Israel and the occupied Syria Golan Heights. The Israeli military said its forces were striking launch posts in southern Lebanon after numerous projectiles and suspicious aerial targets crossed from Lebanon into Israeli territory, most of which were intercepted. It said fires broke out in a number of areas in northern Israel following the attacks. Reports has it that a vehicle with Israeli troops inside was hit by a projectile. There were reportedly 2 direct strikes on 2 buildings, one in Acre and another north in the city. Ambulance service Megan David Adam said 2 women were taken to hospital in northern Israel with light injuries. The presidents of China and Russia urged allies to resist external influence, saying the global centers of power are changing and a multipolar world is on the horizon. Russian President Vladimir Putin and his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping were in Kazakhstan's capital of Astana on Thursday for a gathering of leaders from the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO), a regional bloc that Moscow and Beijing see as a counterweight to U.S. hegemony on the world stage. Xi called on the countries to resist external interference, while Putin said new centers of political and economic might are on the rise. In a joint declaration published by the Kremlin, the group noted tectonic shift in global politics and called for the bloc to play an enhanced role in global and regional security. The final communique also called for an early, complete and sustainable ceasefire in Gaza with a comprehensive and just settlement of the Palestinian question. The statement did not refer to Russia's invasion of Ukraine or China's dispute with Taiwan, but said the group had mutual respect for sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity of states. Both Russia and China regularly rail against what they say is the U.S. dominance of global affairs and are seeking to boost their influence and control, particularly in regions close to their borders. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Foreign Desk will continue. Do stay with us.
Benway Fashion Show Season 3 is here.
It's that time of the year for fashion designers, entrepreneurs, and fashion enthusiasts to shine.
This year, sale of forms for the competition begins from 15th April to 30th June 2024.
Pick a form at Benway Television, located at Special Duties Wing, Government House, Makurdi. Form costs 5,000 Naira only.
Stage 1 screening begins on the 6th of July 2024. Great prizes await you.
The first prize, 1 million Naira. Second prize, 500,000 Naira. And third prize, 300,000 Naira. All prizes are inclusive of cash and fashion tools. Also, consolation prizes and gift items.
For sponsorship, partnership and inquiries, please call Benway TV Marketing on 0906 188 9838 or 0703 794 5569.
Nice to know you're still there. Now, firefighters lined roads to keep flames from reaching homes as helicopters dropped water on a growing wildfire in Northern California that has forced at least 26,000 people to evacuate as the state and a swath of the United States are in the grip of a record-breaking and dangerous heat wave. The Thompson fire broke out on Tuesday about 110 kilometers north of Sacramento near the city of Oroville. It sent up a huge plume of smoke that could be seen from space as it grew to more than 14 square meters. More than 1,400 hectares of grass and woodland has since been consumed by the blaze. Oroville is near Paradise, a community that was raised in 2018 by the deadliest fire in California's history that killed 85 people. Climate scientists say the western U.S. is undergoing a decades-long acid of human-caused global warming. California suffered about 20 fuel for the wildfires that are a normal part of the ecosystem. This warning the move would unleash a trade war. The European Commission said on Thursday that the tariffs were put in place because of unfair state subsidies and will kick off on Friday. This is, however, a 4-month window during which the tariffs are only provisional and talks are expected to continue between the two sides. The Commission, the EU's executive, launched an investigation last year into Chinese EV manufacturers on whether state subsidies were unfairly undercutting European car makers. After 4 months, when the probe concludes, the Commission could propose definite duties that would apply for 5 years and on which the 27-member bloc would vote. The move raises duties from the current level of 10% as trade sparks widen between the EU and China, especially focusing on green technologies. The provisional duties of between 17.4% and 37.6% without backdating are designed to prevent what Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has said is a threatened flood of cheap EVs built by state subsidies. Senior members of Jemaah Islamiyah, the Southeast Asian armed group blamed for the deadly Bali bombings, announced they are disbanding. A report from the Institute for Policy Analysis of Climate, IPAC,